Fellow Brotorheads, this is it. This is our 2024 calendar depicting our RX7 and RX8 highlights from last year. It's got 16 pages, color pages, and they look very nice. So if you want to order one for yourself or a fellow Rotorhead, drop us a message and I'll help you get through. And now I'll walk you through the stories of some of the pages inside of this calendar. Most of the photos inside are taken by Andrei Minzu, our fellow photographer, and there were shots, most of them at least, they were shot at Târgu Secuiesc, where we had the Table Japonese Sideshow Fest last year. On page 1, you can see me riding shotgun with Tengu behind the wheel. Tengu is one of the first Romanian professional drifters, and he used to drive an FD like 10 years ago, and this was his first contact with an FD RX7 after 10 years. Needless to say, there's a video of it on the channel, so you can check it out in the description or the pop-up link somewhere here. So yeah, this was on a karting track, it was on a go-kart track, this photo. The FD is a bit too overpowered for this track because it's quite small, but the FC handled it quite well despite having some winter tires which were not so good. This is the first page of the calendar. It's January, which is the ongoing month. In this photo we can see multiple members. There's me with a Brotorheads T-shirt, which you can also order from our future website. There's Radu with the RX8, Tengu, the pro drifter who drove the FD at Târgu Secuiesc, of course Mike, the owner of the FD, and Andrei, who's got an FD surprise for you coming up in 2024. I took this shot when I visited Rotary Secret Garage in Athens last year. I actually took this shot with my phone. This is a Xenopop's RX7. It's got a 20B turbo inside, and I'd suggest you watch the full video on our channel because it's quite an impressive machine. So this is the car for February. Moving on to March, I had to include an RX8 because after so many RX7s, we needed to have some diversity. This RX8 doesn't have a rotary engine inside anymore, as you can judge by the number plate. It uses an Audi TT 1.8 turbo engine, which pushes about 350 horsepower to the rear wheels. And it's also one of the most popular videos on our channel. You can check the vlog in the description or the pop-up link here. Up next for April, I've got a very special shot which was also taken with a phone. This was one of our best moments last year because it was our first track day as a group. It was our first Brotorheads track day. Mike brought the FD and several of us got to drive it. I even got to set a fast lap of 2 minutes and 4 seconds on Motor Park Romania. And you can see the whole group. It's me, it's our friend Lucian who drives a BMW E30, Mike with the FD, one of our friends who used to own an RX8 and I hope he'll get back in the game this year. And then there's another Brotorhead friend, and obviously Andrei, who's bringing his FD back to Romania this year, and it's going to be spectacular. Yeah, this is another video or series of videos I'd recommend you follow on our channel because we've got POV videos, some really nice vlogs from that event, and you might like them. Up next we've got May, and I took this photo during RX8 day in August last year, so maybe that would have been a better option, but yeah. This was a very special meet because we had several RX8s and plus one of our friends brought his FC Turbo 2, which is actually a convertible, but it's still pretty nice. So yeah, more RX8 love coming from us Brotorheads. This is May. This is a no-brainer for me because I'm born in June, on June the 3rd. So yeah, I obviously used a photo of me and my car from Târgu Secuiesc. Andrei was sitting in a corner and I knew I had to get that money shot, so I popped the clutch and just pulled a quick sideways shot for him. And this is one of my favorite photos of the FC of all time. As you can see, I'm standing right next to it, but it didn't want to start today, even though Mike just swapped in an RX8 starter yesterday, but my battery is dead, so yeah, that's that. If it's July, it's 7th day, and this is another photo we took at Târgu Secuiesc last year, and you can see the FD and the FC. We've got Cristi Kudla's RX8 from Suceava. This one is going to be a turbocharged one in the near future. Next to it, there's a RX8 with a Honda engine inside. It's a 450 horsepower Honda engine. He unfortunately broke the gearbox last year at Târgu Secuiesc, but I'm sure he'll be back in no time. Cătălin from Pitești visited us during that event. He didn't get to drive the car on the track, but it was still nice to have his R3 next to us. And this is Radu Ungur's RX8, which is also a frequent traveler at the racetrack where we go to. This is a close-up shot of Cristi Kudla's RX8. It's probably one of the nicest ones in Romania. It has some problems with its engine, but it's going to be turbocharged next year, or this year maybe. But I really like the purple paint job and the white body kit, and it was the loudest car at that event with 129 decibels going out the exhaust. So yeah, It's August, we celebrate RX8 Day on 8th of August, so we chose an RX8. For the 9th month of the year, we've got another RX8. This is the only turbocharged rotary powered one in Romania right now. It's got about 350 horsepower. This car is owned by Ciprian, and the most interesting thing about it is that it's still running the stock ECU, which is kind of mind-blowing to me if you ask me. For October, we've got another shot of the RX7 and the infamous flames going out the exhaust. This time it was Andrei driving, because Mike wasn't feeling so well after the long road trip. He's got my helmet on, so yeah, it's not me, it's Andrei. But it's a nice shot to keep you warm for October if it's going to be chilly this year. Moving on to November, we've got one of the original Brotorheads members. This is an older shot of Dragoș's RX8. He's the only guy in our team who competes in the National Hill Climb Championship, and this car is really a stunner. It's really fast and it's really loud. It's in the process of getting a turbocharged engine right now, and thank God it's still a rotary. So this is a nice shot of Dragoș's RX8 on the Prejma racetrack in Brașov, right next to where he's building the car. I hope I'll be bringing a full vlog of his car soon, so yeah, stay tuned. I'm not done yet. For December, we've got a shot of the FD on the highway, on the one gun, Romanian one gun, how we call it, spitting flames as it often likes to do. Andrei took a bit of time to capture this photo because it was pitch black outside, but we really loved the result, and I think it's a fitting end to the year because December is already kind of dark outside, and I love this shot, I really do. Since we started Brotorheads in 2018, we've grown so much. We have members in Romania, Spain, Greece, France, Italy, and basically all over the world, I think. So we're up to about 60 or 70 members right now. I've lost track at some point. And I wanted to include as many people as I could. So I've got the photo of another RX8 here, of David's RX8. This is Florin's 40th anniversary RX8. This is my Tomica initial D version of the FC RX7. This is Mike's steering wheel when he first gave me the wheels. This is Mike's FD steering wheel when he first gave me the keys to his car. I made this design a few years ago, and I really loved the comparison between the shape of the FD and the shape of the FC. This is Andrei's FD, and it's a really special one. It's painted Montego blue. It got a fresh new respray a few months ago, and you'll see it in a few months, so yeah. This is Alex Ciobanu's naturally aspirated FC, and we've got another really special RX8 which belongs to Marian. This is Sylvia from the UK who owns a turbocharged RX8 and this yellow Mika RX7 FD, which is superb. Last but not least, this FD RX7 might look a bit plain to you because it has the Mazda Speed wheels, which are not cheap by any means, but it's going to get a really special engine swap soon. It's getting a 20V engine inside. This car is owned by one of our friends in France. I'll give you an update on this car when it's ready because I can't wait to go for a ride in it. This is not the last page of the calendar, I've still got something more. This is finally the last page of the calendar. We took this shot when we filmed the Jingle Bells rap video for Christmas. This shot was taken by our friend Stefan, who was kind enough to let us borrow or rent his studio where we shot our podcast last year. And it's a really nice one to predict what's coming up for 2025. So if you want to buy this calendar, just send me a DM and I'll be sure to send it over.